technical difficulties over here. So much for German efficiency. So again, apologies, and we are just about to go green light to the grid. We're expecting to see Walker and Dewey battling it out on the front row of the grid in as far as Mercedes and AlphaTauri. We will be talking you through it on the formation lap, hoping that someone has put the formation lap down, which obviously has happened to a few of us, shall we say, in the last couple of years. So,
right, I think we're good now. I've got the live stream currently going on
perfect.
Here, but I can't seem to share it, so you might have to pop it in general chat. Please, mate. Sorry to be a pain. For some reason it don't seem to want to give me the option to share it. And I will be back very, very shortly. 2 seconds.
Apologies again to all the viewers for having some technical difficulties in the comms box. So the drivers now are getting ready for the formation lap. Of course, this event is going to be championship order of where we start, and we are about to go green as Dewey is on pole position. We ride with Dewey in the AlphaTauri. We've got hoping for a better week than last week. He wants to score more championship points for AlphaTauri. We've got Jewel down there coming to breaking point of turn 1, so hopefully his Mercedes can get as many points as possible for the team, very much needing to be, and nearly having an incident there as we go down the formation. That now Toon very much out of position. He's one of those drivers. He's done it again, Toon. He's done it again, having an incident on the formation lap. About to say he doesn't have the best of luck sometimes, does Toon Fan, unfortunately, and that's the reason why he's so far down on the points. So hopefully a good week for him. VSL Optics there trying to get his brakes up to temperature at the Della Roggia chicane as we fly into it. He's going to be hoping that happens on the first lap and takes out 2 drivers ahead of him. But we're moments away from finding out. Fisher's down there in the Renault. He will start from 5th place. Mr. Stern and Steady, not the best week again for him last week at Silverstone, but hopefully here on a circuit that surely he knows, and very nearly having an incident there. So hopefully a better weekend. And he starts on the soft tyre. We've got Matt A. Smith again starting on the softs for McLaren as we go down towards the old, go underneath the old circuit. We've got the Maverick 33. Very, very good driver, and we're going to see him do as well as he possibly can today. TFC Old Boy. Well, the Old Boy's going to do well today. You can just see it. Puppy Junior. This guy has gone from strength to strength. He really has in this league, and really put behind him a lot of the negative things said about him. So good luck to him. A podium last week in WNR. Can he repeat that today in the Tuesday night event? IMC, they're all starting, looks like, from the soft side. The biggest changer there is Mr. Elite down there in 11th place. Stringy starting from 12, and he got a car off the grid as far as, who was that going to be? Is GFO Seb Jared taken across the grass as well, as they're coming into the Parabolica corner, and we can see the Alfa Romeo of GFO Leclerc. That is not where he wants to be starting his formation lap. Of course, the winner last time out. And we've got Coxey starting his home race in Italy. So hopefully, from his point of view, he can see him get a home win. Of course, he will start from the back of the grid. I'm going to try to get absolutely everything in order, position changes, and get everything ready for everyone there. As the final few cars are coming to the grid. What can Dewey do from pole position? On pole last week at Silverstone, can he turn that into a win today. We are moments away from finding out. 27 laps of Monza await us. These guys at the front, all starting on the soft tyre. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Hold. And the Italian Grand Prix is go now. It's Dewey that makes a decent start from pole position, and he's got Jewel already under attack here from a Renault, and it looks like it's going to be an Alpha Tauri 1-2. It is indeed as they go into turn 1. So VSL Optics really picked up the pace. You can see Jewel there struggling, tune up to down the place, down to 4th. And they're just about all managing to get through lap 1 by the looks of things. Jonathan Cox up to P12 now, already making a rocket in his home Grand Prix as he come down to the Della Rocha chicane for the first time. As he's riding with Coxey, and we can see there it looks like Optics has made a big turn. He's down to P4. He was up to P1. There's yellow flags there on the start of the lap. Because there's going to be an issue at the back with Puppy Jr., who was going to be, it looks like my guy of the day, and unfortunately Puppy Jr. all the way back down. So there's a car in the wall. We just saw that, the Renault in the wall. Now, does that warrant a safety car? It does look like it has. Now, these guys, when are they going to pit? That's going to be the question. When do these guys pit for tyres? We saw a Renault in the wall. It's Seb. He's going to be out of this race. That looks like they're still fighting as they come down to the Parabolica. It's virtual safety car. That's the reason why they've all backed off. Do they decide to pit? iFish is the real winner there, it looks like, of that. They're going under virtual safety car. It looks like it's gone green again. So we've got Dewey leading the race. We've got Toon in second position in his Williams, trying to make a move on iFish. He's not going to make it in the first chicane, surely. And that is the big breaking point on the circuit. This is where you want to be, especially with DRS opening up in a few laps' time. This is where we want to be seeing moves down the inside. So already the big winners and losing the first lap. We've got iFish is up by 3 places. He's into P2, as you can just see Toon really fighting him for his P2 position. Right at the front. And Tristan, hopefully he's back, and Toonfan does not want to be taking that corner like that. And of course at Monza you've got a big issue, of course, of cutting the chicanes, just making sure everyone's front wings look intact. They look okay from the front too. iFish is already eyeing up Dewey for the race lead, not using his DRS on lap 3, which is already available. Maybe he didn't realise he had it so early in the race. So Mr. Ali is up by 6 places. Very well done for him, as you can understand why we are staying with the battle for the lead. iFish is really going for it as we come down to the Parabolica. Really getting it close. And you can see T-Bone up to P11. He's got his teammate ahead of him. Sure, he's going to be some sort of team orders there at Red Bull. He stayed out the DRS there, so Dewey still leads the Italian Grand Prix. We've got Fishers down in second place. We've got Toonfan in third, really having his own tape-or-tape battle. We've got Optics in 4th place. Mr. Elite, well done, very well done. 6th place was riding with up to P5 in his red Scarlet Ferrari. IMC again up by 4 places, so very well done to him as well. And the old boy up a position into 7th. What do you think, Tristan? Excited by the first few laps?
I actually missed the first few laps, I'm afraid, so I've literally just jumped back in now, but Elliot's done very well to get into P3, P2, sorry, and then Toon also has done very well to hang on to the back of them to front 2.
There is
as
a
we
bit,
see Elliot going for a move into the start.
Is he going to make it from there? That's not where you want to be at the inside. Contact between the 2 cars, and round goes the Alpha Tauri. Big shame.
He will not be happy.
Gotta give people room around there. As we can see, Tuesday, he's going to have to let that one go. It looks like he has to Optics.
Isn't that where I did the amazing move around you?
That tyre's not going to be free. He's just about. Only problem is, though, it looks like Tim's going to get DRS as we go all the way down the main stretch. And of course, this is a big opportunity. How does Optics defend?
He needs to turn, Toon needs to save some ERS. He's down to 18%.
Does. And there's contact again. Luckily they managed to get away with it. It's tyre for tyre.
what else have we got going on?
It looks like they seem to have fought another day. So the big winners and losers from that. So Ice Fisher's up by 4 places. Very well done to him. We've got Optics up by 2 places. 2 looks like he stayed in 3rd position. And they still fight it down to the barrier to De La Rossi. And there's more contact as well for P2. It's a big battle on the track. It looks like he is. We've got Mr. Elite. He's up by 7 places in his Scarlet Ferrari. So that really opens up the doors.
Is there a safety car or a virtual safety car?
Can't see anything on the track. There's yellows everywhere.
Oh, there's a safety car.
It's saying virtual. I thought it says virtual.
No, it's a full course safety car.
It's full course safety car. You are right. And this
and Elliot takes the lead of the race.
It depends where. No, it just that's a glitch with the system. It does that every now and again. Look,
yeah.
So T-Bone, the current championship leader in the P9, of course, he started right from the back in 17th. Now does Ice Fisher decide to pit on this lap? We've done 4 laps in the tyres. He seems like he's really backed off into Parabolica. Do they pit him? Of course, the first 4 drivers, they stay out the first 3. In fact, the first 4 stay out. We do have ENMC coming into pit road in the Alfa Romeo, the first of the top 6 to pit. Now, this is going to be a massive. We've got McLaren mechanics out as well in the pit lane. And we've got Haas mechanics out as well.
Matt Smith's just come in. They're going to be double stacked.
ENMC has gone for hard tyres. The 2 McLaren no front wing. That's the reason why Matt Smith no front wing on the McLaren. Shame for him. They go for hard tyres by looks of things. No, it's softs. So he's going to have to stop again.
He's going to. He'll more than likely try and do another 10 laps on them softs and then stick a set of mediums onto the end.
He will indeed. So as we're on the safety car conditions, let's go through the grid really quickly. We've got Ice Fisher's currently leading. He is on the soft tyres, a massive jump 4 positions from his starting grid position. We've got Tim Fan in second. Now this guy really racing out of position. The talent doesn't really justify his grid position, but the P2 at the moment, he's standing in very good stead. Of course, not stopped yet. VSL Optics up by 1 position off his starting order. Really benefited from the turn or the first few laps incident. He's up by 1 place. Mr. Elite up by 7 places. He's actually on the medium tyre. So the first of the drivers to on the top for the top 10 that is on a different compound of tyre. He's going to have, the longer this goes on for, he will have the advantage. We've got TFC Old Boy in the Racing Point. He's up by 3 places. He is on the medium tyre as well. We've got Stringy, part of the Red Bull team, it looks like, here, leading the way. Medium tyres for him and for Jonathan Cox's teammate, who's up to P7, the championship leader, would you believe? GFO Leclerc, who is on the soft tyres. He's going to be pushing T-Bone like he did last week. We've got Jared down there in P9, again up 4 positions from his starting grid order. He's still on the softs, and do any of them decide to come in on this lap? It doesn't look like it. Maverick down in 10th, the final points position, as you can see. Then Ian MC, the first driver really to pit. He's done a P12, but he has pitted for hard tyres to see how long these tyres can last for. DFR Hazard, he's up by 2 places, has stopped onto the medium tyre, as has Jules down there in P13, gone again for the hards, and Dewey on for the hards as well. Matt Smith is down in 15th on the soft tyre, and Puppy Jr. right at the back trying to catch the field up. He's on 16th on the mediums.
I think the main problem we're going to have now is the fact that the front 3 who are on the softer tyres are going to struggle quite a bit compared to the lads that are behind them on the mediums.
Yeah.
Alright, they'll be a bit faster on the restart. Oh, Toon's gone off on track.
No, it's not. It's a glitch with the game.
No. Toon did go off. He took the meter boards with him.
Well, it's nice to see Toon's doing some recycling, so thank you very much for that, Toon. I'm sure it really helps us. Very happy with you.
Well, they wanted a zero emissions F1, didn't they? So he's doing something good. Yeah, basically, I think the lads in the front on the softs are going to be faster through the on the restart. But the main problem is they're going to have to box a lot, like very soon after.
They will indeed. Dewey getting himself a 5-place grid penalty for an incident. We can only say it's going to be Jules who is ahead of him, so it's not what he wanted to do by starting his race. Now, does the safety car come in? The light's still flashing on top of the safety car, so it doesn't look like it's going to come in this lap. It looks like one more lap of safety car to come. So Puppy is still hasn't caught up the field. Now, this guy has really changed his perceptions in the whole of RRC racing this year, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, definitely. I remember the first race with him in WNR Silver. I remember racing with him, and he made the odd mistake here and there, but he's I think, you know, as we all do, have a few not major hiccups, but a few little hiccups. You know, a few incidents whilst learning to race with people. But yeah, no, he's definitely pulled it out of the bag with a podium. His first podium in WNR.
Yeah, beat myself actually to the podium in Monaco by 0.7 of a second, which
exactly. He's given me a good push now, even in FNR. Can't exactly remember. I think it was Belgium. Me and him were battling for the majority of the race.
Absolutely. So do you think actually between exactly taking much like his dad as well, Puppy, he also races in the RSC League. So the big thing at Red Bull, we've got Stringy and Jonathan Cox. Now, they've got the main rival, of course, Leclerc is down in 8th place. Do Red Bull play team orders between the two guys and put Coxie through? Or do they hold position or risk fighting for losing points for Red Bull? What do you think?
Racing with Ben and Jonathan myself, they're both good racers, they're both clean racers. You know, they won't put each other at risk when they need to. But I don't think Ben needs to let him through. I think Jonathan will find a way whilst Ben's defending his position. And while we're on that, Toon has dropped down to P7 from P3, so I don't know exactly
his
what's
front wing
there.
looks broken. It's a broken front wing on Toon by the looks of things. That's the reason why.
Did he hit someone? Let's have a look.
That front wing is definitely broken on the front of the Williams. You could see
and
it
looks
coming.
Like safety car
it's both points of the front wing, so he's going to have to come in. He's racing so close to Coxie ahead of him, and as we're going to try and follow the leading pack, of course, of cars, just to see how iFishers handles this restart, and Optics is going to be all over him. Safety car in now. Optics.
Elliot,
he's flying through the last corner parabolica.
He's already gone.
Fantastic restart, you've got to see. It's all happening down the field. We've got Mr. Elite trying to make his way up into P2. Full gas on here, trying to beat someone on the softer compound of tyre in way of Optics. And it looks like Optics. Can he hold it together in there? It looks like he just has that tyre compact. And it looks like TFC Old Boy really had the best seat in the house of the two cars ahead of him battling. As you can see, Mr. Elite is not down the way down to Ascari as he takes the inside line.
And we see Jonathan going up the inside of Stringy B. He has to cut the chicane.
He doesn't make it. Apologies, we were trying to watch the Mr. Elite battle. So Mr. Elite does get up to P2. He's currently in P2. He's got Optics and Old Boy behind him, as you can see, as you can hear from what Tristan was saying. The battle for the two Red Bulls of 5th and 6th place. And is a racing point off?
Maverick's retired. It's a Williams off.
It's a Williams off, so Williams' day goes from bad to worse in the last lap. It looked like Toon Fan had to stop as well, and it looks like there could even be another safety car out there. They are really slow.
It's another virtual safety car.
It's a virtual safety car. So that's not going to help Toon at all. The Williams having probably the worst lap since the days of Pastor Maldonado, you have to say, wouldn't you?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Fair play to Jonathan and Ben. Very, very good fight in there. So very good wheel to wheel.
So well fought between the two Williams cars. It looks like we've gone back to green flag racing, as we can see iFish is still leading the Italian Grand Prix, 1.5 seconds ahead of Mr. Elite. Of course, the DRS will open in 2 laps time, or in 1 lap's time, in fact, from now after the restart. So there's a second, so any cars within a second of each other, that is the DRS advantage you will get. As we can see, the mid-pack really close together for 3rd, 4th and 5th position. The two Red Bulls are really battling each other again. As I was going to try and have a quick look at the gaps. So currently the fastest lap of the race going to GFO Leclerc, like he was last week as well. So no surprising
from him. About him, he's going for an inside move up through Jonathan up into
he's trying to pick up the championship lead and makes his move.
And he does it.
Fantastic bit of driving from the both of them, giving each other space. Now he's got past one of the Red Bulls.
The other Red Bull.
He's in a Red Bull sandwich right now. Now, how much Alfa Romeo does he want his Red Bull sandwich? And he's going to get DRS.
No, I don't think he will. DRS hasn't been activated.
Next lap. That's the reason why he might not need it. He's got plenty of ERS to go round. To put his point, he's one of Red Bull's last lap. He's going to do another one this lap. That's going to be wheel to wheel.
Oh,
and
very well.
It. Now can Jonathan Cox make advantage of that and get him past his teammate? The three of them sandwiched together for what is 5th, 6th and 7th place. And Jonathan Cox makes he has to back out of that one. As you can see now, he's trying to come back at Leclerc. Now, of course, these guys have been outdone 9 laps on these tyres, so the medium tyres, like watching on Jonathan Cox's car, aren't going to be as harsh as the soft tyres, and we can see the cars ahead of us, and the soft tyres surely are starting to come to the end of their life scale, as you can in fact see the gap that Leclerc is putting over Stringy, and surely now we're going to see Leclerc, like we did last week, in Silverstone. We can see it's an Alfa Romeo out of the race. AlphaTauri, pardon me, out of the race. It's TFC Old Boy. Oh, pardon me, it's Mr. Elite who is out of the race. It looked like a AlphaTauri, pardon me, from what he was looking at, who's completely spun it around.
And GFO Lex going in to the bar.
They're all coming in now. They've done 10 laps. This is the reason why there's yellow flags. Maybe they expect a safety car. TFC Old Boy takes command of the Italian
virtual
Grand Prix. Virtual safety car. So anyone who pitted now is really going to see the benefit of that.
I'm about to say they've virtually just got a free pit stop there. Now this battle between the top, the top 3 on these medium tyres. How far can they actually go on these medium tyres? And how quick are they going to be at the end?
That's exactly what we're thinking here.
And we're back to green flag racing by the
and we
looks
can see Jules making a move on Dewey, but not being able to make it across the chicane. You have to give that place back for sure. As you can see, Dewey trying to back his way back to the goal.
Catch up to Jord.
As the battle actually for 2nd and 3rd place between Jonathan Cox, who's trying to move into the last chicane. His teammate does let him go. So Jonathan Cox T-bone up to P2. Now he's got to get his sights on TFC Old Boy and really make this overcut work. He does not need his teammate slowing him down in the way of Stringy, or even in fact Jonathan Cox slowing down. They're both slowing each other down, I really should say. This is not what you need, and really these two need to work together to get after TFC Old Boy.
And the pit window's open now for the one-stop hard strategy.
Stringy is going to be making a move at T-Bone and a turn 1. And he does make the move work. Can he keep it on the inside of 2? Is Coxie going to get him on the outside? Coxie seems to get him on the outside. So these two, of course, battling for 2nd position. They're going to be losing as much time. So much time they're losing to TFC Old Boy, who in fact on the last lap did seem to get away by a few tenths. Dewey in the box, or probably losing the position there to Jord for P6. He can't fight him back though, unfortunately, for his 6th place. We can see Jared. Just shows you how good the undercut is. There's medium tyres. Jared putting a fastest lap of the race. And I don't think Leclerc's going to be too happy with that, so expect to see him trying to pump in.
At first, Toon actually took the fastest lap of the race on his 22.7, and then, as you just said, Gerard took it, so I think he's going to be a bit more annoyed at Toon as such.
He would be as well, 100%. The gap for the lead now down to 9 tenths, 8 tenths of a second. T-Bone really dragging in TFC Old Boy. And he's going to be in DRS range as they battle down the straight.
But the only downside is Jonathan only has 11% ERS, so he isn't going to be able to use a lot of it.
He's really not right now, but at least these two Red Bulls are really trying to push for everything that's in them today. Of course, remember that Leclerc is down in 11th position. He's the guy that they're fighting right now for what basically is on track P2. Now, Leclerc's tyres will be so much better. Speaking of Leclerc down there in P11, he did have a ERS advantage over Puppy. He's gone for the medium tyre, GFO Leclerc. So expect to see him come back in again one more time for a pit stop.
I don't know, I reckon he can make them last. How old are his tyres? They're
1 lap old, so pitted on lap 12.
They're only a lap, so pitted lap 12, what's that, 15 laps? I think... I'm trying to think.
T-Bone takes the lead of the race. We missed it, he's passed TFC Old Boy, so he does lead the Italian Grand Prix as they come into the last section of this race on lap 12.
Overtake through Ascari.
That's a bad upshift there from TFC Old Boy. It's definitely lost him some time. And Fishers and Jules swapping positions as well. Down there in P7. That's a really bad upshift. You can hear it again. As you can see, good move there from Fishers for P6.
Well.
Going all the way back again. So TFC Old Boy can't make the move work into the first corner. Stringy has got the best view in the house, and now we're moving over to a Red Bull sandwich with a splice of Racing Points or Force India or whatever you're Pink Panther, whatever you're calling it this week.
Pink Mercedes.
The Pink Mercedes
the pink
Racing.
Mercedes.
the Pink Mercedes, more of a general's pick there. So E&MC battling there with DFR Hazard for P4 on the track. They both have pitted. They've gone for the hard tyre, so they're rolling the dice here, these two, to see if they can make it to the end of the race. Both driving pretty good races, actually, very clean between the both of them. Stringy getting himself a 3-second time penalty, and Tristan, I'm sure you know yourself with time penalties how crucial that is around Monza.
Thanks. Well, yeah, to be fair, even though I had 6 seconds worth last week, it actually gifted me the win, thankfully. But yeah, no, around here, and there's a yellow flag in sector 2.
Leclerc's just got past Matt Smith. And his day gets worse and worse. Toon now down to P14. And you thought obviously of Toon's tyres, what, P3 in this race?
Just not had any luck tonight.
That front wing does look okay though on the Williams by the looks of things. Just no luck. Ian MC down in position, so him and Hazard are fighting. I just saw McLaren in. It's Matt Smith. He was on the soft tyre. Very strange decision, I have to say. He changed his front wing very early on.
Ian's going round the outside at turn 3. That's somewhere you don't want to be on the outside.
Woo!
No, he tucked back in behind Hazard. If we can just talk about Ian for a moment, he's been there and thereabouts. Obviously he's on the harder tyres from from quite early on. So he's doing very, very well to be able to, hold on to that P5. And he's got iFisher's 10.7, 5 seconds behind. So what can Elliott do as well on them mediums? How far up can he get? Because will the top 3 want to risk boxing again?
Probably not, because of how much time you lose at Monza's, roughly, 20 seconds or so. Stringy is about to get DRS into DRS range of TFC Old Boy for what will be P2. In fact, he does take the opportunity to pit, so not happening here for the Red Bull driver. Where does he come out? Of course, it's Leclerc. He is fighting on the road. Surely he will get him.
Stringy has done 15 laps on their mediums.
They weren't ready for him. It's a 5-second penalty. That's the reason why it's costing him. He obviously wants to serve his penalty in the pit lane.
Going Jordan as well on them hards.
Mediums. 5-second penalty.
He's going on to the mediums. Are people now just going to start boxing, do you reckon, to get rid of their 5-second penalties for just in case of a last-minute safety car?
Well, you have to, just
and
in
it's
case of a safety car.
You don't know what can happen.
Yeah, of course, it's better to serve your penalty actually in the pit road than actually on the track. So GFO Leclerc, last week's winner, taking some gravel with him as he goes into the Ascari chicane.
Tunes out. He's in the pit lane, retiring.
And Williams have now got both drivers out. Really not Williams' day, unfortunately. Better luck next week, hopefully, for Toon Fan. And of course, he's got a few more days of the week to come of racing. So good luck to Toon the rest of the week as I Fishers gets himself penalties and Jonathan Cox, I thought that said.
Yeah, fair play to Jonathan. He's now pulling the lead out on on Old Boy. Up 16 places. But they're both yet to stop. So if Jonathan was to box now, it's about, like you said, mate, it's about a 20-second pit stop. He would come out of roughly P7.
Yeah,
or
it'd be him and Dewey.
About 5 seconds behind Luigi. So could he make a charge, do you reckon, from there? It'd be 15 seconds behind.
So the big winners and losers currently looking at, we've got Jonathan Cox leading this Italian Grand Prix, up 16 places, of course, yet to stop. We've got TFC Old Boy currently 3.5 seconds behind, up 6 places, of course, yet to stop. The first of the stoppers onto the hard tyres. We're watching the battle for P6. Is DFR Hazard up 11 places on those hard tyres, having his own battle with Ian MC for 3rd and 4th places, obviously, what Tristan was talking us through. As we're about to see Leclerc making a move down the outside, going under the old Monza banking for upper position up to P5. And then, of course, the next target, as he does get through on those mediums, is going to be his teammate, Ian MC.
I think what Jonathan has to be worried about now is how quick GFO Leclerc is actually... Oh, Jonathan's box. Does that mean
He is in.
Old Boy staying out?
You got to go for soft, surely.
Got to go for the soft tyre. It's 9 laps. I mean, they're good probably for pace-wise, mate. I think they're perfect for about 6 laps, and then they obviously start to slowly...
He's so slow getting out of the box, though, it looked like, for Jonathan Cox.
Yeah, on my screen, it's actually still showing him.
Puppy Junior in as well.
Puppy Junior's in as well.
So this is definitely cost Jonathan Cox. Now, can those medium tyres of GFO Leclerc hold on? Of course, TFC Old Boy, the only guy not to stop. He's got a 1.2 second lead now over DFR Hazard on those hard tyres, who is in net lead of this race as Old Boy gets himself a penalty. So 100% now, Hazard now leads the race on count back, so to speak, if they come into the last section of the Italian Grand Prix of lap 18. We have 10 laps to go. As you can just see, he's losing it as well, Hazard, there on the hard tyres. That just shows there's absolutely no grip in them at all, as the two Alfa Romeos are about to battle here for a podium place. Leclerc's all over him.
Just hope they can keep it clean.
It's going to be let him go.
Sector 2. That's a McLaren, that's a Matt Smith.
Old Boy's in. So Leclerc, his teammate moves out of the way from him there. Team orders going on there, Alfa Romeo. As you can see, Old Boy comes into the pit lane now. And no penalty, goes to go for the soft, of course. Everyone that comes in now, those hard tyres, couldn't make it last. That's the reason we're seeing them all trail back into the pit lane. Now, Jonathan Cox is down there in P5 in his home race. But of course, if there's another safety car, we are going to see him in prime position to go for Leclerc, who's currently in second, chasing down Hazard for the lead of this Italian Grand Prix.
Jonathan Cox, add to it, does have a 3-second time penalty. So to add to that, Fishers has got 1, Ian's got 2, as GFO Leclerc has only got 2 warnings. So Jonathan will have, if he can, he needs to pull that gap, close that gap down before it gets any worse. But he's 7.9 behind Fishers, as Fishers is closing up to Ian, and he will have should have DRS, and will have DRS going down the main straight. But Ian is fighting for his life on them older hard tyres. He's 14 laps.
Well, of course, we've got 8 more to go. Surely they can't they can't hold on for another lap, surely, as iFishers backs out of that one there. Surely it's going to be sooner rather than later for iFishers up to P3, as Ian MC really put up a good defence and really accelerating away well there. So his car very clearly well balanced.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that looks very, very good. And we see VSL Optics coming in as well. He's going on to the softer tyres. We're back to GFO, Leclerc and Hazard. 3 temps separating them coming into the DRS zone. So can GFO Leclerc take the lead down here?
No, he's not on a protect. He hasn't opened his DRS for starters. Maybe he's forgotten he has it.
Yeah, I'm about to say he hasn't opened it. Maybe he's going to be patient and wait until the main DRS straight.
iFishers has finally got Ian MC there for P3. We thought this was going to happen for a while. Now. He really is charging, and Hazard is going to have all of their Alfa Romeos. We're looking in his mirrors and seeing red and white everywhere. Okay, it's Italy. An Italian driver's currently down in P5. We've got an Italian car about to try and make a move for P1.
And he goes for it up the inside.
He's got him. He has got him.
He's got him way before turn one.
Can't defend it from there. So GFO Leclerc takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. We've got Hazard in P2, gallantly holding on his McLaren on those hard tyres. He's got another 7 laps to go to add to the 15 he's already done on the car. Fisher's currently in 3rd place. We saw him make that move, of course, from Ian MC from 3rd to 4th. We've got Jonathan Cox down there. He is a championship leader in his home event. Really deciding to come in on later really hasn't helped him for the 2nd week in a row. We've seen him really falter with the strategy down at Red Bull. Again, his teammate Stringy having a battle with him earlier. That's cost the 2 Red Bulls potentially what could even be podiums today. TFC Old Boy was leading this race. It's the countback that's got him as well, penalties. And of course just staying out there over the safety cars on those medium tyres coming into the softs. Well, we've got 6 more laps and it could be a complete change in position towards the end of the race.
So sorry, GFO Leclerc has got 2.1 seconds within a lap. I mean, it clearly shows the mediums were the way to go, but the hard tyres have done very well.
And sitting the fastest lap of the race as well.
5.5 seconds back. Oh, sorry, no, that's not 5.5. It's 3.5 seconds.
And Leclerc managing to set the fastest lap of the race on those 10-lap old medium tyres. So the charge really from the soft runners really hasn't happened in the later stage of this Italian Grand Prix. As the battle
Jonathan's now. Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead, buddy, please.
Jonathan is down to 1.7 now behind Ian, so that means he's about 4 seconds behind iFishers. So could there be a late charge from Jonathan to get a podium place?
Hopefully for our benefit, for the excited and for the viewers out there, hopefully yes, hopefully not from his point of view, but absolutely not. So looking a bit further down the order, we've got Dewey down there in 8th, Puppy Jr. fighting in for P8, down to Ascari. Is he going to make the move? Has to back out of it there. And of course, what Puppy's pace for this race was fantastic in the start of the race, and unfortunately, incidents proving he's dropped down there. So this is for 8th, 9th and 10th place. You can see the 3 cars down there for, and Jules backing it up for 8th, 9th and 10th. We've got Optics down in 11th after his explorations earlier in the race. He's down in P11, currently not going to get any points.
Jonathan's going for the overtake on P4, and he's cleared him.
He's done it by, a bit of a country mile, it looks like there for Jonathan Cox. So T-Bone up to P4. He's going to want a podium.
For Elliott.
He really is coming for iFishers. He has got a few laps to do it. And of course, if iFishers are going to be watching to see the blue car getting ever bigger in his mirrors. So really the battle down there is the battle for 3rd place we're watching between iFishers and Jonathan Cox. And Ian MC, he was holding the position, 5 laps ago. We still do have 13 runners in this race. So as things stand, VSL Optics, Jared and Matthew Smith will not score points currently. And these are the guys that have had issues towards the back of the grid, or at the start of the race, and have put them towards the back of the pack. So unfortunate for them.
Hazard's out.
Hazard out of the race. He is.
What's that? That's a virtual safety car. So Jonathan's been gifted a podium position.
But if it's yeah, he really has. That. It's not the full virtual safety car we're expecting.
Lex boxed. What?
Obviously, he's not happy. It's going to be a cheap pit stop for him, though.
But he ain't. What's that?
Maybe he had a penalty. No penalty, and he's gone for what's that? He's thrown it away. Coxey comes in, stays out.
He didn't even have to box. He started on the soft and was on the mediums.
He really had thrown it away and just coming out ahead of TFC Old Boy for what is P5. So this is really falling into T-Bone's day.
This T-Bone is on a charge now. As Elliot looked to get a little bit out of shape coming into Degner, just out of the chicane and then going into Degner 1. He did look a little bit out of shape because Jonathan closed that gap by
Degner
2 tenths.
Lesmo, I think you're referring to, Tristan.
That's
the
one,
Japan.
Sorry. Oh, get my tracks mixed up. It's been one of them days today. Jonathan's down to 1.2 seconds now coming into Ascari. So let's see if he can get this nice and clean. Very nice line through there from Jonathan and good speed on the exit.
Fisher
just down to a second. Is he gonna get DRS?
He will get DRS for sure in Ascari. That's a DRS detection point towards the end of the Parabolica corner. It's not going to be as effective here. It will be towards the end of the main straight as we're watching Jonathan Cox. DRS completely open. He's run out of ERS. That is the reason why we're seeing it flash up on our screen. He's at maximum RPM, couldn't get anywhere near the Renault, and the Renault survives for lap 25.
Oh, and Puppy Junior's gone!
He's guy that we were talking about so much in this race.
No safety car or virtual safety car though, so we're still on the green
enough
flag.
Time left as Jared now trying to make a move on optics, who seems to be gifted points.
Oh, I'm watching this battle between Fishers and Jonathan. I don't want to take my eyes off it.
You keep tuned on that. I can see a battle down there in P10 as well, as we can see Jared. We're watching a time for the leaders. Jared's going to make a move on optics down there for P9 outside of pit of turn 1. And can the Haas get into 9th position? It's pretty clean so far. Across the chicanes from the both of them. Minimal contact. And Jared does make the move stick for P9. We're going to go back to the battle for the lead that we're watching. It's a second. It's down to 9 tenths now. 8 tenths.
And he will have DRS going down the main start-finish straight. What can Jonathan do? He's got 16% compared to Elliot's 5%, so can he do something with it?
How effective it was on the last lap. It's going to be more effective this lap. We're about to find out for lap 26.
Elliot's completely out of ERS, so no, Jonathan still can't. Oh, Elliot lost the rear a little bit coming through the turn 2.
This is the battle for soft and medium tyres. You can see Stringy and Leclerc having their own battle down there for 4th and 5th. So Leclerc is going to run out of laps. It looks like he's on the soft tyre. He was fastest lap of the race. Holder as well.
And Jonathan is right up in the diffuser of Elliot now.
He needs to be careful. He's got a championship to protect.
He's got him going through the second Lesmo now. He's got the DRS on him. Will he risk the move into Ascari? If he's
back out of it. He's fighting for it.
Very, very good racing there. Great
Fantastic driving by the both of them. Absolute hats off to Jonathan Cox and Fisher. They could have a very, very nasty
as Jonathan rode the curb on the way out of Ascari. What a way to defend your line.
And of course they do have time penalties, these two as well, as they've got white flag racing about to come up. White flag for Jonathan Cox in his home race. Fisher will have the DRS advantage, but those medium tyres with 14 laps into the race surely have completely gone. If you're just joining us, it was...
has no time penalties. What is the gap between... he's 5.2, so I think he's a bit too far back to
make it in one lap.
For the win now.
So
I think,
white
to be
flag
fair, that
racing.
could potentially have been what he was banking on. Maybe the time penalties, he was banking on it.
Oh, I can just see Jared out of the race on the last lap.
No!
Big points as well for Haas. Just saw him. Where is that? I'm looking at the onboard
Ascari at the
now.
exit.
We've said that word Ascari far too much today. The gap now
Strings
is
boxed for a set of softs on the and a new front wing.
to Matthew Smith. We've got 10 runners and riders left. It looks like Matthew Smith will get a point if he does finish this race. As Jonathan Cox now is in the last half a mile as he comes underneath the track. It was
Into yellow
Ascari.
flag still due to Jared. His car still hasn't been removed, and it's now
Fisher
gone
has got another penalty, so this is going to put him down to P3, surely. At least it looks like the close is going to finish.
He's got 6 seconds worth, so yeah, I'm afraid unless he can close in within a second.
As T-Bone comes out of the last corner, he did fantastic today, starting from the back. Jonathan Cox wins the Italian Grand Prix.
Very good race.
We've got
GFO
Leclerc does get P2 on the road. Fishers will finish third. He'll be very, very happy with the podium. Of course, the top two starting from the back. You've got Ian MC, well-deserved fourth position for him. TFC Old Boy finishes fifth. He was leading the race at one point. He finishes fifth place today. You've got Dewey about to come through Parabolicop, which will be at the sixth place for Haas, for AlphaTauri, not for Haas. There'll be a double points finish for AlphaTauri for being 6th and 7th. So AlphaTauris do finish 6th and 7th. It's 6th for Dewey.
So even their home race, very, very good result.
Optics, he's weaving the car around and he's coming to the pit lane. He's staying high to his mechanics on the pit road. He finishes P7. We've got George, the first of the Mercedes. He will finish in 8th place. Only the points for the team. Matthew Smith does get a point. He put up to P8.
Very good race. I'm shattered.
Well, I've quite enjoyed that. Tristan, about you, buddy?
Yeah, definitely, mate. Jonathan Cox, driver of the day. Obviously, yeah, very, very good drive from Jonathan. Personally, though, my driver of the day has to be iFishers. He drove the nuts off that car.
Mine too.
Considering as well, he got turned around at Ascari just on lap 4 and was able to come back and even just challenge for the win and make their mediums go to the end again.
Absolutely. It's a shame we didn't get to see the battle for the top two in the championship fighting it out on track. Unfortunately, the safety car has put an end to that and the tyre compound. But absolutely, Fisher's driver of the day as Jonathan Cox extends his championship lead for what surely is going to be a championship winning season for him. So let's just go through the championship results really quickly as well. So again, Jonathan Cox winning his home race. He wouldn't have banked on that starting from 17th and last. GFO Leclerc finishes second by 0.4 of a second in the end. That's how close it was for the top spots. Fisher's third. We've got Ian MC down in 4th place. We've got TSC Old Boy in 5th. We've got Dewey down in 6th. With VSL Optics 7th. Matthew Smith in 8th. Jordan 9th. And Stringy 10th. It was the last of the classified finishers. So 0.4 of a second, Tristan. Can you believe it? That is what separated the top two.
No, mate, definitely very, very good race. Again, great drive from Jonathan and iFishers again. Ian, let's just give a little shout out to Ian. 21 laps on them hards to come home in P4.
Fantastic drive as ever.
You know, around a challenging track as well, especially with a tyre wear. Very good drive from him.
Very, very mature from him. So a very, very well done to the top three, AMC and everyone else who finished the race. A big shame for obviously the drivers out there who didn't finish. I hope our broadcast today has been one of comfort to you guys out there. But from Italy, we're all wrapped up. And from myself and Tristan and everyone at RRC Racing, thank you very much for joining us. And thank you very much for joining us. And I hope to see you very soon for the next RRC events. Tristan, thank you very much for joining us.
No worries.
Good night.